Abusia for native for Alpha OneTV channel first time about so any dino book and so now subscribe ya my sebin news be no she be a notification phone so now be sha face so memory visa be sha more down for so any beti for me can some thing Edudzi Temakloe so abetna be kan TV station so na nsem o kan no HS na ni abri pa because niema mpemanyuko na de NDC for no special officials for ni bi no artists na omo some position ya da nioma de ye no na enya asem ketwa ejema edo mo rewrem no enya asem so who the hell nsem o kan who the hell is Ken Ofori-Atta amount for ntimi de investigate now why na ne sa kan bi yen fa ne sa kan bi a why ni abon yen like yen bu obi yen say bra omo de asem to say why do akwa block on wa baby yen investigation mo say on say ewo some ni men bi wo wa ense fata was enka we no wo ye nti banim bizibisa wansem keke eno akwa fancy me bra ba ma be ka Afenyo mark is munya de defend na bi munya de defend and na Edudzi Temakloe kat who the hell is be ka Ken Ofori-Atta o cheche man no leak some information me no shi pa no say atofos in case na buy na ye nwin say bia go fe dame ni nkofo bia ni Afenyo mark bi hwehwe chira o meso me den omoma atofos in den isit ne bono no na omoto abanima candidate for se na be ya kobit malus na sit no the reason why ko fast as munya ban say Ken Ofori-Atta after so ready budget no 5 days pepe ana ebeka dey no ready za budget no that day na atofos in wages some same about 11 when sense mo say ahia atofos akoyi omo 20 omo ye ya dey asam to ne so na Edudzi Temakloe leak some wicked planner no more against atofos up to now no omo go so prepare so may ya no mind omo go against on because right now nipo current finance minister atofos inti nyema maso mi tiana no eno na ebeka Edudzi Temakloe ababu nti leak some information kam ni nguti no ya ba nye de nkomo twana ide atoazo.
What is it? Look, I am telling you, a former president of the republic, in the person of John Dramani Mahama, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo specifically wrote to the then special prosecutor Martin Amidu to investigate him. Who is Ken Ofori-Atta? Please, who is he? In the overall scheme of affairs, if a former president of the republic can be investigated on the basis of a petition by Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo himself, I never saw this. I never saw President Kufuor ask Jerry Rawlings to be investigated. I never saw it. I never saw former President Newz, may he so rest in peace, ask that President Kufuor be investigated for whatever. I saw Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ask each hour. Then they said, oh, she resides around, they gave the place. I said, no. The persons whose names appear here is not that person. This is a retired nurse. At that time, even hot water had poured on this retired nurse.
Okay.
So we went to the woman's house. What saved the situation was that she had the old passports. That's what saved the situation. And they saw it. I took her there and offered a statement voluntarily. What has happened to Ken? What has happened to Ken? Has anybody touched him? Has anybody done anything to him? No. So what exactly is intimating there? And I heard Afenyo, what is he talking about? What is Afenyo saying? Oh, I mean, is it the case that we have
he is down-spirited?
Listen.
He is down-spirited, he's traumatized.
Down-spirited how? You are in America.
What had happened?
Listen, you are in America. An event happened in Accra. And you are down what? So he's strong enough to even communicate to Afenyo. Seriously? I say Ken Ofori-Atta instigated the prosecution and investigation of atofos.
And it's on the Jakpa tape.
Go and read the Jakpa tape. And what they had planned to do to atofos. Look, do you know what we've survived under Akufo-Addo?
I feel your pain. Yeah,
and you see, I kept saying, And those days, whenever we went to court, I kept telling the prosecutor that, look, you see, be careful what you are doing. I know ฎ as my client and as a senior brother, what he does and what he means for this country, he means well. His head of communication, Eugene Ahi, to write directly to the special prosecutor there to investigate Muhammad and his family. So who the hell is Ken Ofori-Atta in the case? No, please. You see, this morning I've been asking myself, what exactly are the issues? Hold on. Mr. Kesi Jabe has not said Ken Ofori-Atta is guilty. Yeah. I've not heard that. In fact, he had indicated correspondences between him and his lawyers. The only point of disagreement is whether or not he should recover fully relative to whatever medical treatment he's going through abroad before he can honor the invitation of the special prosecutor without more. For me, that is the only point of disagreement. I am telling you that the special prosecutor went to John Mahama and took statements from him. It happened in this Ghana. Nobody raised any issue. So what exactly are the conversation about? What exactly are the issues? I want to know. Please keep me up to speed. Because I listened to the special prosecutor. He never said Ken is guilty. He said, I want to investigate. If their basis prosecute, I'll proceed from there. If they are not, I'll drop the charges. Why? Were we not in this country that the special prosecutor took a Pontius Pilate approach in the Cecilia Dapa matter and said they should go back to the Yoko? So it has not always been the case that the investigations conducted by the special prosecutor have resulted in a prosecution. So what exactly is the complaint? I want to know this morning. Whilst you were interviewing my friend Sami Darko, and he started answering the question. I said, look, so what is the point? If a whole former president could be investigated by a special prosecutor appointed by President Akufo-Addo, how come a former finance minister not be? I mean, where from this? We have had a former finance minister in this republic go to prison. We have had a former deputy finance minister go to prison. We have had a former deputy finance minister prosecuted. I was counsel for the respected, the Honorable ฎ doctor. Do you know what we went through? Look, ฎ criminal investigation instigated by Ken Ofori-Atta.
Was instigated by
him. Please, look, you see.
It's on the tape.
Look, let people not take our seeming silence to mean that we don't know what happened. I was involved. With my senior, we took ฎ to Yoko. In fact, the first day we got to Yoko, by the time we met the deputy director of Yoko, ฎ, it was obvious that it was, excuse my language, a foolish case. Yes. Look, ฎ, after he listened to ฎ, he said, look, go home with the statement. You go and write it and bring it back. He said, go home, take the police statement form, go home, write it and bring it back. I return it. From November 2017, listen carefully. Yeah. November 2017, we never heard anything from the police or Yoko. The current the current executive director of Yoko, Mr. Bashiru, they saw the things that happened. Look, on the 17th of November, 2021, the budget was read with e-levy in it. The then ranking finance, the Honorable ฎ, raised issues about the fact that their side was not going to allow for the imposition of e-levy. That was 17th, 19th December when the budget was read. On the 25th of November 2021, I was there when now Speaker sent a letter that Yoko is looking for Łuorṣen. Immediately, 5 days after the budget, either 5 or 6 days after the budget was read, and Łuorṣen had raised issues about the e-levy. Immediately, they invited him. Look, you see, some of that, look, when I took the honorable, in fact, so Speaker asked us to come to his conference room. I went there with the honorable Łuorṣen. An investigation that was done for 4 years basically gathered dust from nowhere. They said we should come. When we went there, the investigators came, myself and him. When we went through everything, the investigators simply just, you will call you back. Immediately they called me, that they have just been called by the Attorney General's office, that they should take his charge statement because December 22nd, they want to take him to court. Do you know what people have survived in this country? What the hell are we talking about? Look, people have gone through hell under Akufo-Addo and his family members. The manner in which they weaponize investigation and criminal prosecution, never again should we. In fact, they should be lucky that they have a forward-looking president like John Mahama as the president of this republic.
They should be lucky.
Yes. That is a man who appreciates the requirement of due process. If you have committed an offense, so be it. But to use the institutions of state to intimidate his political opponent, John Mahama, with his experience with governors, had gone beyond that. They should be lucky that you have just been invited. Look, and this morning I'm hearing. So the special prosecutor is supposed to know that on January 2nd, Ken Ofori-Atta is traveling. So he can stop him at the airport. How is he supposed to do that? Clairvoyance? How is he supposed to do that? But I'm saying that every citizen of this country has the benefit of due process requirement. That to Dr. Ayene's house. When I got to the house, armed police officers surrounded his house. Why? He wrote the legal opinion in the Ameri transaction. What the hell? So if you wrote an opinion and you want him, just a phone call, courtesy. Mameti Wado Dankwa. She was then the CID boss with Regina Tengi or something. The manner in which was like a Gestapo.
Well, he just took us through that experience.
Dr. Kwabena, hold on. Dr. Kwabena,
yeah.
My own sector minister, John Jinapo, with a 6-year-old child at home, traumatized. Do you have an idea what we've gone through? Why? Jinapo was in this country. If you are investigating me in Ameri or whatever, all you do is a simple courtesy. Deputy Minister, we are investigating this matter. We need you to assist us, either with a statement or something. The Honorable Jinapo is law-abiding. He would have done that. But they decided to come to his house with armed police officers. I see most of the police officers every day. I see
those who came to the house?
Wow.
I see them every day. They say, oh, Chief, we were just doing our work. I said, no problem. You just have to. Look, to the point that the Honorable Dr. Ayene, his phone, MacBook, everything was taken. And taken to Crow. So Crow took it to London.
The Cole and
Took his
Associates?
password. Yes. After God knows what investigation, they found nothing. So they called me that I should come back for the phone. My own client, in fact, was equally to the point that they even went to the mother's house.
Adofoni for in sema aye beka aye lawyer Edudzi Temakloe eni abura waka na waka say aye wicked plan and go for no mind o ma ya against aye Łuorṣen no mo obi an pushing man in cancer because obi no way ni passing obi mo ba bon think can dem especially Afenyo markets parliament e can Ghana for nyans wa frɛ aye Ken Ofori-Atta say sini na ekoso na ono he ne eye Ken Ofori-Atta Caṣe na say why traumatizing ade na wono me den ye kokko mu fie okwode joma laptop se je ginapo then time no normal kweti sam eye Wuorṣen oni fie the time na akwake to aye sesia old girl wono emergency ono de onye nipa then time na emotion touch and ebianka no on the moja emfani mu na yese bra na be gana fo ano keka wo say ye den ye be kan aso obi show anaso obi hunu obi then time na akwake kwambu fi na mu so je fo kwa fi o say mo kwa kwaje eye ginapo phone na laptops ni ade no akwake to na eye be kan moja enini mu ana ena sisi wo Caṣe. Who the hell is a Ken Ofori-Atta? A man for intimate investigate, no. Who the hell? No, yes, ye friend, time or pen on also, beba. Ye kind brown or more or vet in another time, no, or more normal a year parliament committee, no more vet Ken Ofori-Atta. Yes, a brad dates we or more nebeshe they say bra Monday, bra Tuesday, or any other day or markers I prefer, no. Who catch on and say that didn't do to me, but this a year date to na pass over. The same thing I see, the same thing as in OSPC brabi you wanna say who nim da beba shadi also who nim da beba Ghana for here accountability no all can't change Ghana for the who nim da beba after so wedding what says a man for Numa Google banks near the dama for pay a iska kwampoede and I to no special pensioners for no more the many don't penny fees one more years kada no one fast says can I the arm momo then due to your haircut near the other and as I baby you one a man wash as he defend say a year amount a becam or yare mo bian tet near the other now on an idea for come of in a normal or monare normal the emotion touch and a being come one ain't more being defended. I never took force in case also, and near my uncle for your plans on my yet to fork case no. I hear to the Temakloe about when telekis information when you not just any answer good to I just will go up for your markings and masses a wound in the water channel. No, I find any broken point the arm man so. When you idea to the Temakloe about when telekis information just any answer to beat my chair and another comment to beat him so I share more down for so any biash I have for the chakram.